everyone, welcome to Fairy Tale and Fiction. My name's Sophie and today I am bringing you my charity and second-hand bookstore book haul, which weighs an absolute ton. So yes, today I bought 15 books in various second-hand bookshops and charity shops, and I thought I'd share them with you. As I mentioned in my last video, I didn't get paid this month, so I had to be a little bit thrifty with what books I decided to buy, and it was my first day off this month, and I thought, what can I do? I know, I'll go book shopping, but obviously avoiding major retailers and bits and pieces, so let's see what I bought, shall we? Right. First I went to my local town market. I haven't been for absolutely years. My parents used to take me when I was little, so I was kind of really excited to go because I thought, well, it's on my doorstep, so why not? I was quite disappointed by how many stalls were actually left there nowadays, because I guess that's due to the economy. But it was kind of sad to see that a market store that used to have sort of 25 stalls has now only got about 5 or 6. But they still had a bookstall, and after perusing the tables for a little while, I found these two books by Cecilia Ahern. I have The Gift, which is a Christmas story, and If You Could See Me Now. Now, Cecilia Ahern, I've not read any of her things before. I've seen P.S. I Love You, the film, and it's beautiful. And a rather wonderful lady on Tumblr said that I should read her books, so I'm going to, apparently. These two cost me £1.50. They're both second hand, and the spine of The Gift is a little bit faded, which was a bit disappointing, but £1.50 for two books which should be $7.99 and $6.99 respectively. I don't really mind that. That's quite a good bargain for me. Next, I visited my local library, and I will tell you about what I picked up there in a minute. But after that, I went to a indoor market in a town nearby, and I saw that they had quite a lot of books. They used to be a lot bigger. Again, they've shrunk, which was really upsetting to me, but it's because it was so close to the end of half term and nearly the summer holidays. They had some really interesting deals on young adult and fiction books. So I picked up the Magical Worlds of Harry Potter book to add to my Harry Potter book collection. It should have been, I don't know the original retail price. They've covered it over with a sticker, which is the bane of my life for second-hand bookshops. Stop doing this. But it should have been £2.90 in the bookshop, but she sold it to me for 50p because she had 4 copies of it and she was trying to get rid of it. So 50p, not bad for a book about Harry Potter. I'm not sure if I'll actually read this cover to cover because it's a bit like a little dictionary. I might dip in and out of it. So, wasn't holding it up properly, a bit like a little dictionary. It's got little illustrations and things in the margins, so yes. Not approved by J.K. Rowling, so naughty naughty, but it's only 50p, so I can't complain. Also in there, I was really excited to find a hardcover copy of Hush Hush with a shiny cover. If you've seen my video from about a week ago, you will know that I went into the works. I bought Silence, I believe, in hardcover because it was cheap, having not read Hush Hush or Crescendo or Finale. So I was really pleased to find this. I nearly didn't pick it up because the sticker on the back said £4, and I thought, well, I might be able to get it on Amazon for cheaper than that in the future. But when I went inside, she told me it was 50p, so I kind of needed to buy it, didn't I? 50p, and it's in pretty good condition from what I can see. I'm not actually sure this has even been read. It's got a little mark from where there was a sticker on the front, but I managed to peel the sticker off of the back without leaving any horrible marks on. So yeah, bargain, that one. Oh, forgot to add, I also got this for 50p because I don't have all of the copies of all of the books of A Series of Unfortunate Events, because I think I started lending them from the library after I got to about book 4 or book 5, and I had a few random ones. But it is Lemony Snicket's The Penultimate Peril, book number 12 in his A Series of Unfortunate Events series, which I've been rereading recently. This is in pristine condition and it only cost me 50p again, so absolutely chuffed to monkeys to find a copy of that. Next I went to the Oxfam bookshop in my nearest town and picked up these books here. So first I had The Time Traveller's Wife by Audrey Niffenegger, and I paid £1 for this, which I don't mind because it's a charity bookshop. The pages are a little bit water damaged, but I've been looking forward to reading this for absolutely ages. I think I have the ebook version of it, but I like having physical copies. I'm prepared to cry with this one. I think that's something that will happen with this book. I also found a copy of Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close in the Oxfam bookshop, and this was just 50p. It's not in that bad a condition. I mean, the spine's a bit broken, but the pages seem really nicely intact. I've heard a lot about the film of this, but nothing about the book. I knew it was based on a book, but yes, I'll probably get round to reading it at some point. I think I picked it up because it was 50p and I'd heard of it. But yeah, not bad, 50p for a book. This looks sad as well. Next, in the Oxfam bookshop, I found the Blue Peter book of Gorgeous Grub. Now this sounds like a really odd choice for someone who likes fiction a lot of the time, but I actually have an absolutely massive collection of Blue Peter books. I have all of their annuals and some of their specials books, and this was just 50p, and it's from 1980 and it's edited by Biddy Baxter, and it's got lots of recipes in it that were from competition winners, so I thought that was quite cute, and it will go in my Blue Peter book collection. Next I found these 2 Doctor Who books, and I wasn't going to pick them up, and then I had to because I was watching Doctor Who this morning and it was the last episode with David Tennant in it, and then I had to buy them, so they were £1 each. So I've got The Stone Rose by Jacqueline Rayner and The Feast of the Drowned by Stephen Cole. So these have got the 10th Doctor and Rose in them, so all the feels in 2 books. They're quite short, they shouldn't take me too long to read. This one used to belong to Ellen Stickland apparently. Don't write your name in books. But yeah, these are meant to be £6.99. They're £1 each. They look in pretty good nick to me, so pleased with those. Next I went to another charity shop, which I can't remember which one it was. Apparently, next I went to Cancer Research UK and picked up this Cecilia Ahern P.S. I Love You. Yes, was looking for that at the market stall, didn't have it at the market stall, bought another Cecilia Ahern book. I really hope I like her now, otherwise that girl on Tumblr, not impressed. Want to like this, quite long, it's in quite good nick as well. I only paid £1.50 for this, and it's gift aided, so that's good. They get money, they get extra money, and the taxman doesn't get their money, which is nice. Next I went into the British Heart Foundation shop and I bought this. I'm going to stare at you for a bit because I know you may have watched my other video in which I bought this. So now I have this and this. I was aware that I had this already in paperback, but then they had it in hardback and it was just £1, and it was in hardback and it was only £1, and it was in hardback and it was only £1. I haven't quite justified it to myself yet, but when I got home I opened the front cover and it is a first edition, so that makes me feel a bit better about it. See? First edition. Does make me feel a bit better. It was only £1. I might gift this one to a friend for Christmas or something, or I'll probably just keep it because I do that. Wither by Lauren DeStefano. You're going to get me in trouble. You are. Next, I went to a charity shop called Mind, which looks after people with mental health issues, and I got these two books. I got Nightwalker by Connie Hall, which is part of the Mills and Boon Nocturne series. I quite enjoy reading Mills and Boon books, to be honest. As I said in my other video, I actually even went for a job at Harlequin once because I do like reading their books. The Nocturne is a series about sort of paranormal romances. I believe this one is a vampire. Of course it is, it's always a vampire, isn't it? It's a vampire or a werewolf, so I don't really know why I bothered saying that. This one cost me 80p, it's in pristine condition, and it was from June last year, so it's not even that old. So I was quite pleased to find this. And I also picked up book number 9 in the series of Unfortunate Events series, the Carnivorous Carnival by Lemony Snicket, and this cost me £1.25, and once again it's in pristine condition. So looking forward to rereading this. I think this used to be my favourite one, this and the Reptile Room, so it'd be good to remind myself of why it was my favourite one. I think it was because the characters in it were like extra creepy. And the last book came from a charity shop called St Michael's Hospice, and they are a local charity which helps look after people with chronic illnesses and care homes, that sort of business. So people with terminal cancer or heart failure or AIDS, that sort of bits and pieces. So I never mind buying books from there, and they're always really cheap because they only charge 50p for paperbacks and £1 for hardbacks, no matter what condition they're in. So I've picked up a few books in there before now as presents for people because I just can't fathom paying Waterstones £7.99 for a book rather than paying a local charity 50p for a book where they at least get some good from that profit that they're making. But anyway, yes, the last book I picked up was Cecilia Ahern's Thanks to the Memories, which was, I believe, the first book that I was recommended to read from the Tumblr lady. This is why I'm a bit worried that I really hope I like her, because I've picked up, what, 4 of her books today. But yes, Thanks to the Memories. I think it's going to be one of those happy sad books again, where it makes you sad and then it makes you happy, and but yes, Thanks to the Memories by Cecilia Ahern. That was my last book, and I believe that cost me 50p. Of course it did, 50p. So all in all, for those, what did I say, 14 or 15 books, it cost me £11. No, £10. Yes, so all in all, for those 15 books, it cost me £10 and 5 pence, if I'm not very much mistaken, which for 15 books, that's absolutely brilliant as far as I'm concerned. That's less than £1 a book. I could probably be more specific about how much that is, but hey, I don't need to because I'm not a maths channel. So, yes, those were the books that I picked up in the second-hand bookstore today. I also said that I'd talk about what I picked up at the library, and so here are my 3 library choices for the month. I have very nearly finished Clockwork Angel, and I can't put it down, and I have to put it down in order to go out, and I've got something like 30 pages left, and I love it, and I'm not sure I'm going to be able to want to stop reading it once I finish it. So the first book I picked up at the library was Clockwork Prince. I walked straight through the middle of a mother and toddler group today, because they were meeting at the library and they were all singing songs, and they were sat right in the middle, and I didn't want to disturb them, but I could see this book on the back shelf of the library, and I was like, nothing's stopping me from getting that book. So really excited to finish that, start reading this. I think I'll probably do that straight away. I was thinking that I'd read The Hunger Games next, or City of Bones, but I don't think I'm going to be able to stop, so straight on through to this one, I think. Next I picked up Jeanette Winterson's The Daylight Gate. I read Jeanette Winterson at university. I read Sexing the Cherry and Written on the Body, and I really love her writing style. It's extraordinarily lyrical, it's very beautiful to read, and it reads a lot like poetry even though it's not poetry. So when I saw this I was like, oh, I know that author, and I picked it up, turned it around, and it's based on the English witch trials of like the 1600s. So that sounds really quite cool, I thought, and the cover's really beautiful. I know it's not mine to keep, but it is very pretty. So I'm looking forward to getting round to reading that. I will read this. And the last book I picked up at the library, I was umming and ahhing whether to pick it up or not because I know I've already got a lot to read this month, and I end up just renewing books relentlessly because I never get round to reading them. I mean, I just bought 15 books, so I'm not really sure why I needed another 3 from the library. But I picked up Garden Spells by Sarah Addison Allen. The reason I picked this up is because it sounded a lot to me like the film Practical Magic, which is one of mine and my mum's favourite films. So I thought this would be a good one. It's about like there's a mysterious garden and a prodigal sister, and yeah, it looks really good. It's not too long. I mean, it's quite long, but it's not too long. There's very pretty chapter headings in this book, which again, I've picked up a book because it looks pretty, and I know they tell you not to judge books solely on their cover, but I think that is exactly what I've done. I also got another few books in the post from Amazon, but I think I'll save that for a later haul. One of the books I'm so annoyed about, it didn't come with the same cover as there was on the website, and I paid slightly more because I thought it was the nice cover, and it's not the nice cover, and I don't know whether to send it back or if that's just being a little bit too picky. So yeah, if anyone's got any comments on that, leave it below. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed my video again. Please remember to like it if you did. I didn't slouch as much this time, so that's good. Hope to see you all again soon, and happy reading, and yeah.